Boy, hard. There's an early plug for you, isn't
Yes, it certainly is. Yeah, marvellous of it. It's the only time in 14 years I've missed the news headlines on radio too, so that's my loyalty to the Palace.
Are they going to win?
I'm sure we're going to win, sir. 44 years I've been waiting for this, you know. Standing at the Holmesdale Road end, the old wind round the Marble Arch, everything. Marvellous. The greatest day of my life.
I didn't realise you were such a fan.
Oh, not half, kid, not half. Been there, going there for years, you know.
Come on then, give us a few names you remember over the years.
Well, I'll tell you my favourite name of all time. I'll tell you how much a fan I was. When I was a kid, I used to get tuppence a week pocket money, and I always used to go to a newsagent shop owned by Peter Simpson, who was a forward for us when my grandfather was alive. And I just used to go in to spend my tuppence in there just for the mere fact that he might touch my hand as he passed over the licorice wood.
You've got all the gear, the blazer, the tie.
So, yeah, look at that. Got to do our best, don't we, Barry?
Well, do you enjoy the match, or do you be worried about it?
I should be worried to death, really, but, you know, it's a marvellous day out for all of us who supported the team all these years. Marvellous day out for us, and we're going to love the day, whatever happens.
Now, down in the dressing room, Stevie Coppell might a little later want something to lift the boys. Give them a good line.
Well, what he's got to do is, all he's got to do is play like they did at Wimbledon in the last game of the season. They jumped all over him, but that's what we want this afternoon.
Roy, enjoy it.
Thanks very much, Barry. Okay.
Tuppence a week pocket money. I think he was bragging, Roy. Now, we had a bit of football here a little earlier. This is England against Scotland ladies. And that was the first goal scored by Jackie Sherrard. This happened a little earlier here. It's a prelim to the big occasion itself. So a nice bit of football there, Jim and Bob, earlier on. Yeah. That goal was scored by Marion Spacey. That was 2-up to England. It's left you speechless.
No, it's a lot of good quality, Des. Oh, well, really, the delivery of some of these, again, it's quite interesting, the set-piece things, and the English players particularly. They had a lot of close, good control there, you see. That's very calm in a tight situation. I mean, she took that beautifully, didn't she?
The whole move was nice. The pace of the passing was absolutely right.
Another set-piece.
3-up at half-time, England. And that was an own goal. Margaret Penrith, she wasn't happy with that. Never mind, Margaret, it's only a game, heaven's sake. But 4-0 to England. And
fancy doing that at Wembley, Des, an own goal.
There's Nobby Stiles.
Mind. There's Nobby. Who coaches the kids at United, as we've learned. Now, a famous old footballing name, another one we're about to meet. Billy Wright. He's just been made a director once again of that great club that he once played for, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Billy Wright.
With me, a new director of Wolverhampton Wanderers, who knows just a bit about football, Billy Wright, and his wife, Joy Beverley, that was Joy Wright, who's had to know something about football. Love the hat, Joy.
Thank you, thank you. My sister made this.
Try to go with it.
Well, you know, it's difficult to know what to wear for Wembley. So I thought, well, red and white is Manchester, red and blue, I think, Crystal Palace. So I thought I'd be a little blend of both.
Blend of neutrality.
We'd like Manchester United to win because of Bobby Charlton. We like him very much, and we like Manchester United. But Crystal Palace, of course, is London, and I'm a Londoner.
She's very political, Barry, isn't she?
I was wondering if you were going to get a word in, Bill, actually.
And you've got 6 to contend with, man, no chance.
Which way do you think it's going to
go? I don't know. It's so tight because they're both being, you know, have an very low season, and it's coming to the end. So it depends who settles down first. There's more talent, shall we say, in the United side, but there's more teamwork in the Palace. So it should be interesting, but I don't know. I'm near football. I never do. Forecast is not my forte.
Nice that Billy's involved with Wolves again, a boyhood hero of mine. Well, we're fast approaching the big occasion here now. 3 o'clock kickoff, remember. Let's have a look down on the pitch there. And it's the combined Guards band, which will be entertaining us over the next few minutes here. And some of the players having a kick in now. 1 or 2 late arrivals came in just a moment or so ago. I mean, if you got a ticket, you got to get here. The Red Devils Parachute Brigade. Great finesse and skill to get into this Wembley Stadium. I fancy that very much, Jimmy. Quite spectacular for the fans here. They enjoyed that. There was a whole host of them dropped in.
should be pointed out, Des, I think there's a sort of festival atmosphere about the game today. I mean, that's the good thing about it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of animosity from one set of fans to the other. It's just a group of people come to enjoy a game of football on a great occasion.
Sure, that seems to happen more when you get a club that hasn't been here before.
Yes.
It's new for them. It is a joyous occasion, the very fact that they've got to Wembley, got to the cup final.
Yes. And there's no animosity in you. In other words, it's not the Manchester United-Liverpool syndrome, rivals for the top club and things. It's Manchester United quite happy in a way to be playing Crystal Palace because they think they can probably beat them.
They've come in the appropriate kit, these guys, which is rather nice. And the first one who flew, and I think we missed him, but he came in the referee's kit. I think it was the referee at once.
Yeah.
Alan Gunn, the referee today, is an old schoolmate of mine. We were together at Varndine Grammar School once upon a distant past. He was quite a good footballer himself, actually.
I'm still trying to work out who I think's going to win, Des.
Well,
are you going to plump for one before we start?
Dennis Law put me on the spot earlier, and I'm supposed to be impartial on this day, but I've got a hunch that United will do it today. But what about you?
Well, I think now, I think that Steve has missed a trick with those front two. I think he should have started and put fear into United and enabled his team, to take the initiative from the start. But I think Robson's experience in the middle of the field and captaincy for United is going to make a difference. I think McClare, who's had his bad times, but for me as a manager's dream, he scores goals for you. He never stops trying, however badly the game's going for him, and a man of enormous talent. And Wallace, because of his pace up front on that beautiful pitch. I think they're going to be players who are going to feature very much in it today. And just turn it in United's favour, but it would be an idiot who suggested that was a foregone conclusion.
It's such a contrast, really, when we saw the two teams lined up there. The Man United side, which looks worth 11 million. I mean, he had to pay that for them, but there are so many individual players there, but they've played like individuals all season. Now, this may well be their stage, and we know that certain of them have tremendous experience of an atmosphere like this. Against that, there is this team spirit and collective spirit which Crystal Palace showed in the semi-finals against Liverpool, and which Coventry showed against Spurs 2 or 3 years ago, and which Wimbledon showed against Liverpool. So I really believe it's that tight. But like both of you, I think United are going to win it.
There are going to be 3 red faces here at the end there if it goes the other way.
I think Thorne, who won here with Wimbledon, of course, and is playing for Palace today, said earlier that he thought in their year, when they beat Liverpool, they simply wanted to win more. I can't imagine anybody wanting to win more than Manchester United today, for all the reasons that they haven't won anything very much of late, that they've failed really by their terms in the league. They've almost got to win the cup.
It's a saying, isn't it, Jim, in football? We feel that we wanted to win more. I mean, all 22 players and the 2 lads respective on the set, I mean, they want to win it. They want one of those gold medals more than anything else in the world. They really desperately. So it's just a saying in football.
There's another saying, your name's on the cup. And we felt that about Manchester United almost from the first game that we saw them on the road to Wembley. That the inch decisions, the split decisions have gone their way. Oldham's ball that hit the bar and bounced down, and the ref
might have lost
at
Hereford, mightn't they?
At Hereford, against Nottingham Forest, very, very tight matches where they have just sneaked through. And every time they've been going to hang Alex Ferguson, and every time he survived, to prove to a lot of people who doubted him, let's make no mistake about that, a lot of United fans doubted him and wanted him out long before now, that he was a manager of extreme determination and ability and talent.
Dennis Law made a good point earlier. I think that if United won it today and even won it well, their confidence would be so boosted by it that they may well be a formidable force next season in the league.
Yeah.
And of course they've got it in the most difficult possible way, playing every single match away from home. Although in a sense, perhaps with a club like Manchester, it takes a bit of pressure off playing away. I don't know, but they were under the television spotlight all the time, weren't they?
They were, and they didn't survive easily. They did have an element of good fortune, but doesn't it show you really that if at any stage there the luck had gone against them, the people who wanted to say it would say that Alex Ferguson is not a good manager. So that's how fragile success and failure to a manager is. Whereas now he might restore the club, as Bob says, not only in the cup but in the league too.
Well, here they come. Oh, they're just coming back in, yeah.
That's the man. If he plays and if he lays the ball back accurately to his team, they'll play like a team. But if he's...
Who are you talking about now?
Mark Hughes. If he lays it around, I mean, he's got so much ability, but the bread and butter passes, you know, that mean so much to the team cohesion, are often wild in his case, which discourages players from backing up and going up in large numbers.
Talk goalkeeping again to us a little bit, Bob, about the respective merits of these two guys playing today. Nigel Martin, the most expensive keeper, who had a dream semi-final. Jim Leighton, who hasn't had the best of seasons. What do you expect from them today?
Well, it's a huge test of Nigel.
Hang on. Well, I've got to stop you there because it's hymn singing time. Abide with me, the traditional hymn of the cup final. We'll talk again in a moment. Well, that was very nice. And Bob, you were just going to make one final point about the respective goalkeepers in the match today.
Enormous test for Nigel Martin. He's done wonderfully well, and as you say, played brilliantly in the semi-final. Huge test for him if he's going to be an England goalkeeper of the future. And he's a very smiley lad who seems not to be affected by the big time. Jim Leighton, very much more introverted and a loner, and has had a difficult season. But the World Cup beckons for him, and it's I remember one of the best games he ever played here for Scotland against England, when he certainly won me over 2 or 3 seasons ago.